What is up, my beautiful people? Yes, you belong to me now. That's how this works. This is how this relationship works. I'm Romeo, and welcome to another video. So, I live with myself. Yes, Romeo, you do live with yourself, and it's horrible. That's not what I meant. I meant I live by myself. So, I have noticed a few things. I've noticed a few habits that have popped up when I'm living with myself. So, here is things that I do when I live alone and what it might look like if I behave like this with other people around.
Number 1, forgetting to speak.
Day 3 of living with the human. It seems to enjoy following me to my room. It is next to me right now. I theorize, though I am not sure, but it seems that the human requires a level of communication for its survival. It has attempted, I believe, multiple times to converse with me. How disgusting. Oh, it's edging closer. I dislike this. Stop it. Oh dear.
When you live alone, who do you talk to? You just don't get reminded to speak to people. But that's an issue. It is an issue, I tell you. Because when the neighbor says hi to you, you're just going to go like and have a word spasm. And they're going to be like, man, look at the neighbor's kid, man. Like, fuck, don't talk to her. She's crazy.
Number 2, realize the issue of not speaking to yourself and start to speak to yourself out loud for no reason as an attempt to fix yourself? ?
Speaking of not speaking, I also realized that after the first initial stages of living alone, I would say a few months at first, 2 to 3 months I'll give it, you realize that you don't speak, that you haven't used your voice box, and that every time you had to go outside to buy some groceries, it was a challenge for you because you didn't use the muscles that controlled your brain muscles, that controlled the vocabulary and the pronunciation and the structures, that is, yeah. So around the 3-month mark, I just start narrating my life. I just wake up in the morning and I go like, so Romeo, did you have a good night's sleep? Yes, I did. Oh, it seems like Romeo had a good night's sleep. Well, you know what? Actually, I didn't have a good night's sleep. Yeah, I know, but we're just lying it to ourselves because there was a study online that showed that if you told yourself you had a good night's sleep, you'll most likely think that you had a good night's sleep. Ah, that's very interesting. Now, let's go brush our teeth. Yes, let's do that right now. But what about drinking some water first? What, do you drink water before brushing your teeth? That's disgusting. You have to brush your teeth before drinking water. What do you mean that's disgusting? This is the first time we've had this conversation. We've never thought about this before. We've never thought about whether to brush our teeth before or to brush our teeth after drinking water. Yes, you're right, but shut up. That's basically what I sound like at home. But I found to look less crazy, just in case someone knocks at your door, because I've got really nice neighbors that don't care about me being such a... yeah, you saw. What I like to do is I like to read a book. So if you read a book out loud, not only do your neighbors all think you're very studious, they all think, oh, look at that girl. They're gonna tell their kids, why can't you be more like her? Reading a book helps. And I'm not talking about just reading a book, just like, that's no different than what I was doing in my first habit. I'm talking about actually reciting the words in the book. And it's difficult. If the teacher at school ever was like, flip to whatever English book you have to read, and oh yes, you, Romeo, you're going to be reading the first chapter to the class. You know who I was? I was like, I don't know most of the words that are longer than 7 letters in this book. Like, what is this word? Because? It's because, Romeo. It's just a hard time. Just try it right now. Try reading this sentence. You're welcome. Basically what I'm saying is I greatly recommend you read books out loud if you're living alone. But back to the topic, if I wasn't living alone.
That night, Frankie was determined. He licked his lips like a proper fox. I'm coming to get you. He flexed his claws like a proper fox. I'm coming to get you. He growled his growl like a proper fox. I'm coming to get you. Whatever it is that you have been doing for the past week, I need you to stop. What are you gonna do next? Voice act the sex scenes as well? What
No, that's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie. Hey, this is a children's book. I am an educated being of philosophy, okay? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't care. Just stop whatever it is you're doing. What are you even doing? I'm sorry, but I'm practicing, so I can't stop. Jeez. For what? Oh, speaking, I haven't spoken for a long time, so I don't want to, rust these vocabulary muscles. Oh, if I knew you were going to do this, I wouldn't have moved in with you. Well, think about it. What if I had to speak with someone, and because I haven't had practice in a very long time, I compliment their nose hairs, and then they take it as a sarcastic jab at them, but in actual reality, I was just looking for a topic to speak about, but because I haven't practiced speaking in a long time, I accidentally complimented their nose hairs. What about that, huh? Just speak to me. I'm right here. Am I not a person? Just whatever it is you're doing, just speak to me. We can practice speaking, whatever it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were so desperate for my attention. But if it's practicing to speak, I'd rather not with you. What do you mean? Well, you see, I get all the benefits of talking with you while reading a book, while expanding my vocabulary, and being entertaining. Did you just insinuate that I was both dumb and boring? Insinuate. That's a good word. You know what? I will start talking to you from now on. Just get out. What? Hey, I live here.
Number 3, hiding in dark, cramped spaces.
I like to hide in cramped places. There is one thing about living alone, is it's lonely. I think people don't realize just how lonely it is living alone until they live alone because they're alone and they're lonely. So what I like to do to combat the loneliness that I feel at home, the emptiness, the void, the cold, dark. Not really, I don't feel that bad. But what I like to do to combat that is I like to squeeze into little tiny places. Do you see the closet? I'll show you my closet, okay? I'll show you my closet.
Forgets she's not wearing pants. Oh well, I'll cover that later.
Do you see that closet? My closet has a little space that connects within this one to that one. So it connects between those two, and I've got a little dark area that I just like to reside in the middle of my closet. If you're wondering why I'm not showing you over there, it's because I'm not wearing any pants, okay? I live alone. It's one of the perks I get to enjoy. But I like to hide in those places, and for the longest time, I didn't know why. I never knew why I enjoyed hiding in or just staying in a smaller room. I think the reason I like to stay in a small cramped space, such as my closet or such as under the bed, wherever, is...
You know what? I think I'll just show you why I choose to do that. Instead of explaining, I'll show you.
Alright there, sweet pea. Come on, it's time to go to sleep now.
No, Mommy, I don't want to go to sleep. There's a monster in my closet.
Oh, honey, there's no such thing as monsters. It's all in your head. Don't be afraid.
But it's true. There really is a monster in my closet.
Now, don't be silly, dear. I know you don't want to sleep, but it's past your bedtime and you should be sleeping. I don't want to hear any more excuses.
Well, usually when you leave and close the door, Mommy, the monster begins to voice act the sex scenes from 50 Shades of Grey that he found in your bookshelf.
Timmy, you lying little piece of poop! You know that that's not true. I am an educated, sophisticated creature of philosophy. I do not stoop so low as to level us. Welcome to your weekly news. I am Jane Bob. This week, an interesting incident happened in the Timmy family. The Timmy family was greatly distressed when they found out that their closet was infested with a monster. That is right, a monster. Parents are urged to listen to this news as it may be of concern to them. Today, the brave family have joined us here today to recount the dreaded incidences of that day. We have Timmy's mother right here. Hello, Timmy's mother.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So tell me, how do you feel after such a dreaded incident?
I love to share the story, but it's true, all mothers out there. I greatly dismiss Timmy. I'm so glad that we both survived this ordeal together, but we are so much stronger together now. Oh, Timmy, do forgive your mother for not believing you. Your mothers of the world, if your child ever tells you there's a monster hiding under the bed, or there's a monster in the closet, you have to believe them. Oh, I can't imagine how terrified Timmy must have felt for all his life. Oh, the days I refused to check the closet because, oh my God, he could have been eaten.
Next, we have the brave kid Timmy.
It's true that I said what I said because I wanted the monster guy to come out of the closet. But if I didn't say it, monster guy would have never come out of the closet when Mother was there, and Mother would have never believed me.
It seems we were also able to contact the monster hiding in the closet. Let us hear his side of the story.
Timmy, that lying little piece of... Wait till I trusted him. I am an educated, sophisticated creature of psychology, of philosophy, and psychology, but mostly philosophy. I would never do something like that. What? Why was I in there? Well, I was feeling lonely, and you know, when you feel lonely, you want to go into a smaller room because the ratio of the room to the ratio of you is smaller, and you don't feel so alone in the smaller room. You know what I mean? Because you fill up more of the room, and yeah.
Very uneventful. Thank you. Goodbye. Do you understand what I mean? Like, if you're in a smaller room, you're going to fill out more of that room, thus making you feel less lonely in some way, even though you're still the only one in that room. But there's less empty space, so therefore you're less lonely. Just imagine if I lived with anybody else. If there was anybody else in this house, I probably won't do that. You know what? I might actually do that. I like to hide from people as well, so I'm probably going to be in there hiding from people when I don't want to deal with them. But it's like, oh, where did Romeo go? Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's in a normal place, like her bedroom. But no, she's in the kitchen cupboard, underneath the gas. Why the hell is she there? Who the hell knows? I'm not going to tell them because it sounds fucking pathetic. And also they'll just be like, well, you know, you can hang out with me, but hey, if I'm hiding down there, it probably means I don't want to hang out with you, but I don't want to say it to your face because I'm a bit of a pussy, so that's how it's gonna end. Those were 3 things that I do living alone. 3 habits of people. Is there a word for people who live alone? I feel like there should be a word.
Troglodyte. Troglodyte.
Troglodyte. Yeah, that's what I am. 3 habits of
Troglodyte.
lonely people word. I mean, alone person word. That would be such a better title. What? That would be a much better title. It would just be like 3 habits of
Troglodyte.
someone who lives alone instead of 3 habits of someone who lives alone. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you. Jesus Christ, I love you. Hey, leave a comment. I'm lonely. Fuck, I'm lonely. But yes, thank you for watching. I love you. Maybe not. A bit too soon. But I treasure you. Why does that sound even more like of a big deal than compared to I love you? It's like I treasure you. But thanks for watching the video and goodbye.